We're going to take a look at the UltraStudio Express Thunderbolt edition, and as you can see here, the contents of the box. You have the UltraStudio box along with two breakout cables, one for consumer version and one for professional audio version. Now on the upper left hand side, I also bought an additional 3-meter Thunderbolt cable just to make sure everything reached. Since the 2013 Mac Pro doesn't use PCIe expansion cards, that's the main reason why I got it for the new Mac Pro. Looking at some of the connectors on the UltraStudio, on the left we have the place to put the breakout cables, HDMI input, output, SDI HD input and output, and the Thunderbolt connection. Now you can only run either HDMI or SDI one at a time. You cannot do both together. The HDMI and SDI out is if you want to use it with a broadcast monitor for monitoring during the recording. The Thunderbolt cable also provides power to the UltraStudio, and it does have a fan that runs inside, and as you can see on the right and left side, you do have holes for ventilation to keep the unit cool. Consumer breakout cables enables for S-video, component, composites, and stereo audio, primarily for the consumer type camcorders and or audio sources. The professional breakout cable is for professional audio, which does feature XLR connections, input and output in stereo, as well as BNC connectors for SDI audio, and a RS-232 port for other devices that use that. Studio works with a variety of software applications such as Wirecast and Media Express. Take a look at the Blackmagic desktop video preferences, which is much different than the PCIe version. And down here it shows you all your settings for currently for the device right there. So we're going to take a look at them individually. You can choose your type of video input from the top right there, as well as the output of the device. And you can change the video signal as well. Looking at audio, you can choose embedded through the camera, BNC, and analog through the breakout cables. Here you can also adjust the audio input and output of the device, and currently I have mine maxed out on the input because it's way too low. And here you can also change the resolution in the UltraStudio itself, so you can upgrade or downgrade the resolution. Fortunately, you can't set any of the preferences if the UltraStudio is unplugged, so you have to plug it in to use it first. Now this is currently how I have my UltraStudio set up. I do use the professional breakout cables inputted from my output from my mixing board through XLR connections into the device, and then of course I use HDMI from my camcorder recorded to my 2013 Mac Pro. And here we are testing the Blackmagic UltraStudio Thunderbolt version using a HDMI camcorder input at 720p, 60 frames per second. Audio, we're using our voiceover mic through a mixing board using XLR. Now you do have to go into preferences, and if you use the breakout cables, and you got the audio input and audio output, so you're going to have to raise the level. In fact, I got the input raised, I believe it's plus 10 dB, or else it's going to be way too low. One of the biggest drawbacks of using the UltraStudio is you cannot capture audio alone. It won't work. The device has to have a video input signal for the to record audio as well. So basically that's it. You can't just audio capture. So it may not be the best solution if you just want to do a voiceover for a different video, screencast or whatever. You simply got to do both together, then you would strip out the audio. Not a great solution for many people, but it does work. So if I just want audio input, I'm going to have to find something else for that. But it's great for me doing YouTube videos, topics, and so forth, like I do with my 2009 Mac Pro. So I will keep this and perhaps find another use for audio input only. But great product, works quite well, and that's all I need.